Hi guys, welcome to this spotlight of Dragon's Prophecy. I mentioned this in my most recent update video. So, this is Dragon's Prophet. I am a character called Sorcerer, and this right here is my little friend. Her name is that guy's trying to he's trying to talk to me. What? I'm in the middle of something. Can't you see? What? Oh, the fruit? It's delicious, huh? Pomegranate? Good for your heart? I don't want pomegranate right now. I'm trying to do an intro. Anyway, this is my pet Jasmine. Yeah, that's her name, Jasmine. She's just a little pet that I got. So this is Dragon's Prophet, and the thing that makes Dragon Prophet different is that everybody can have pets. But we don't call them pets here, we call them dragons. Everybody can have dragons. And let me get some out to show you here. So basically the story behind this is they're not really dragons, they're tameable. So instead of calling them pets, we call them dragons. The story is that there are these legendary dragons, big, beastie, deity-like dragons. And they were really horny, so they went around through the world and they bred with basically almost every single creature that there was on the planet, and the resulting hybrid was called a dragon. And as you can see, it doesn't really look like a dragon. Well, she does. How about let's look at Vicious. He's a dragon. So a legendary dragon somewhere along the line bred with a bat-like thing, and we got this. And because he has dragon blood in him, and I'm an Osira, who is kindred to the dragons somehow, I can tame them. Right, so there's ancient dragons that you can tame, which are more powerful, obviously. Their name is Ancient, and they're harder to get, they're harder to tame, but they're more powerful, and they look like your typical dragon. Here's an example. This is Desert Rain. Her name's not really Desert Rain, but I changed it because everybody always keeps the name, and I hate seeing a million different emerald glares or whatever it is. So as you can see, she looks like a typical dragon. She's got the head with the mouth and the ears and tail and the neck and the stuff. So here's another one. This is an ancient dragon. Now, depending on what kind of dragon it is, this here is a flyer. Just call it a flyer. They specialize in magic, so they're going to have higher intelligence just innately. When you first tame them, you're going to look and you're going to see, that's not her. Her intelligence is exceptionally high. Perhaps I should make her into a magic casting dragon, because that would suit her already advantage in intelligence. So that's what she does. She does magic damage and she heals. Something like this grand or crawler type, it's the ones with the big beefy arms and the little teeny weeny legs, and sometimes they have tails and sometimes they don't. It's called a grand, and most of the time they are just innately suited for doing high amounts of damage in short periods of time. High critical hit damage and high critical hit chance. Relatively squishy because they don't really have a lot in the way of defense, but they get the job done. Then you have a tank dragon, and as you would suspect, they usually have higher constitution and strength. Usually constitution, so they have lots and lots of hit points. They can withstand a pretty good beating, and depending on if you want to level up in those areas, you can put points as you level him up. You can put points, click, into constitution to reinforce that, or you could say, hey, he's already got plenty of constitution, I'm going to put some strength in there so that he can kind of smack some people around too. Now they come with random abilities, right? These are dragon soul abilities. No, these are dragon abilities. The purple ones, never mind. That's confusing. So when you tame a dragon, it's going to have a semi-random number for all of its attributes, and it's going to have a random number of slots, and it's going to have random or semi-random abilities in those slots. So let's look at let's look at Indigo Flare here. When I tamed him, he had 2 abilities, but I found a dragon that had an ability I really liked, Strength Enhancement. As you summon the pet, it increases the pet's strength by 6%. Hey, that sounds really awesome. I'd like Indigo Flare to have this one as well. Well, I can take him over to the lair, which is right here, and I can send them out on a mission that has a chance of having one dragon teach another dragon an ability. But you don't get to choose which one that they learn. It's kind of random. They will learn an ability from each other that they don't already have. So that is how you kind of customize your dragon to have what you want. And then you can go to dragon training, you get dragon training points as you level them up, and you can put extra points into strength, or health, or intelligence, or critical hit damage. So that's the basics of dragons, pretty much. Everybody got that? Okay, let's review. A dragon is an animal in the world that is a hybrid of a legendary dragon, which are believed to be the gods and creators of this world. However, they're not entirely gods because they can die and stuff. But a dragon is an animal that I can go out into the world and tame to have be my pet and my follower. And it can do things like heal me, attack for me. And they have their own predispositions. Flying dragons are predisposed towards having high magic stuff. Grand or crawler dragons, as they're called sometimes, are known for having lots of critical hit chance, kind of like rogues. Tanks are obviously tank dragons. Not every animal in the world is a dragon. So if I go up to this Banty here, which looks like he's having a bad day, I feel so sorry for them. They just look like they have a long face. No, but I can try to tame him. Unsuccessful capture attempt due to the fact that it's not a dragon. It's worth mentioning, guys. It's really worth mentioning that this is see, that's a lizard. That's not a dragon either. That this is a Taiwanese-based game, and it is being managed by Sony, released here in Europe and in the US, or rather here in the US and in Europe, because I'm not in Europe. So there's still a lot of translation issues. So it's a little weird. Is that a dragon? Yes, that's a dragon. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy here. He doesn't really look like a dragon, right? Doesn't look like he can breathe fire. He didn't got a tail. He didn't have wings or a long neck or nothing like that. But dragon is in his name, therefore he's a dragon. And that means that I can attempt to capture him. So what I have to do to capture him is, of course, obviously, because we are very reverent and... Oh, actually I can't see my... That was my fault. I have too many dragons. You can only have so many dragons with you at any one time. So I'm going to have to go drop one off at the old lair and have them sit around and recuperate. So anyways, that was a dragon, and that is a grand or a crawler type dragon. Just going to fly back to the city here. This is a free-to-play game, which means, obviously, that you have the option of paying actual monies for things like extra bank slots. Here, you use SC, you buy SC with real monies, and you unlock stuff. Another thing that you can use real monies for is unlocking more slots so that you can carry more dragons with you at any one time. You can also unlock more slots inside the dragon lair. The dragon lair is basically where you put dragons that are not with you, but they can go do stuff. They can go do their own missions. They can you can send them out for a period of time to collect resources for you, or to gain you money, or to go level themselves up. Say, you're too weak. Go and beef yourself up a bit. Send them out for a couple hours. and he will earn himself experience that you can then spend on his stats. Alright, let's go to the lair here. Recently, with the newest patch, they just added the Dragon Chamber, Sanctuary Dragon Chamber, which is just a place where you can put excess dragons. If you want to carry more than that, then, use SC real monies to buy it. But what I'm going to do is just make some room here. I'm going to make some room. Go, Lump Lump! See, they have armor on them, and I can't really get rid of them when they have armor. Lump Lump. Lump Lump, you are not needed. So you're going to go. Vicious. Valhalla. Okay. Let's go out and find some dragons to tame, yeah? So, different dragons are found throughout the world, obviously. This dragon that I'm riding is my favorite. I've had her. She was the very first dragon that I tamed. And the reason why I still have her is because I've actually invested a lot of training and stuffs into her. Giving her abilities from dragons that I have caught that I want to teach their abilities to. So let's go back and try to find that dragon. And I'm going to tame it, and it has a very, very interesting, novel way of capturing a dragon. At least partially. There's our long-faced banties. Oh, they remind me of Eeyore. I'm not a dragon, but I look like a freak. Oh. Alright, there it is. Are these... Okay, good. So, let me get this guy. He's just doing stuff. So, as always, I need to beat him into submission because these are the offspring of our gods, right? That's a reverent thing to do. Push 7, or whatever number you want to put for your capture, and you will jump on his back. Now, this icon here in the circle is going to buck around of its own accord. It's going to buck around. So, my goal is to keep it within the inner ring. Okay? So as it bucks around, I'm using WASD to try and keep that little marker in the center. The longer I keep it in the center ring, the faster I'm going to tame it before I run out of this yellow bar called Dragon Soul Stamina or something. The names are really weird because it's translated from Taiwanese, so a lot of things are confusing, okay? So basically you have stamina when you're attempting to capture a dragon. And if you cannot tame it by the time your stamina runs out, obviously you fail to tame him. So, one other thing to note is the more you push keys to keep it in the center ring will deplete your stamina faster. So, you can actually hear this, but if you're trying to tame the dragon and you're going, you are going to run out of stamina and you're not going to be able to. However, if you just fit, oh, a light tap here, a light tap down, no, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, a little bit, then that's the best way to capture a dragon. After you've successfully tamed your dragon, it's yours. You want to hit P, you'll want to hit P, and it will tell you what semi-random abilities that it came with, and a random number of slots. So he came with Paralyzing Current, Forceful Sweep, Ripping Strike. I'm not going to go through the abilities because they're just way too many. If you look at his attributes here, you're going to notice that the highest ones that he has is Strength and Focus. Alright, so it looks like Focus is physical defense, and Strength is physical damage. So this looks like a pretty decent, hard-hitting dragon that can take some hits. Very nice. It's very lovely. And it runs like a gorilla. It does not look like a dragon. So, if I'm not satisfied with him, I can go back. I need to actually get off him first. I can release the dragon and go and tame another one. I can tame an exact one of that, and it will have different numbers and different abilities. So I can keep doing that until I have one that I'm satisfied with.